Hello there and welcome back to my channel. So today is September 29th, which means there's only 7 more days until Scott. Scott is October 6th this coming up month, and I am so excited. And usually what happens right before Scott is, as you could tell from my previous videos, I kind of slow down on the buying. I just really focus on listing as much as I can to keep my eBay store very active and try to increase activity so that essentially I'm making as much money as I can before Scott comes around. And then also it really gets me looking at older inventory and really helping me buckle down to get inventory that's been stashed away processed and photographed and ready to be listed leading up to Scott. So as you can see in the title, once again, this is very embarrassing. I actually thought that it was fitting to show you some old Scott inventory that I had from before my daughter was born. My daughter is 15 months old, so this is probably even before that. Yeah, it's crazy. So I explained to you in my Scott videos, my Scott haul videos, which by the way, if you haven't watched those for August, please go back and watch them. I missed the September show. That's why I'm super excited, like extra excited for the October show coming up. But I explained to you how the system works for the specific vendor that I deal with at Scott as a reseller. So, you know, when you go to Scott, you can find anything that you're looking for, you will find it at Scott. But as a reseller, price points have to be at a certain point for it to be worth reselling. So I deal with those vendors that do bulk and that bring a lot of items from estate sales or from antique stores that are closing down. So there are a couple of vendors like that that take up a very big portion of booths in order to just spread their stuff out, and you put a pile together and then they give you a bundle deal. So the stuff that you saw me pick up last time is much higher end than what you're gonna see today, with an exception of some pieces that I was very surprised to pick out of the box when I opened it in the garage. But that's usually the guy that I go to, the one that you saw me haul his stuff in August. This vendor in particular sets up on the other side of the building from that other guy that I usually go to. And it sounds bad, but I call him the junk guy because his tables literally like are piled up high and they just throw things, broken things, misused things, like they just throw everything, and you're literally like digging. Like they have like tables of like jewelry, and you see these women that bring their own chair, they bring their gloves, they bring their little magnifying glass, they have a basket, and they're literally just picking for hours in those piles. So this guy, his stuff, it's literally a needle in a haystack. Like I can find amazing stuff, and he gives me ridiculously cheap prices, like garage sale prices, really. And then I have to also kind of, just to make it worth it and to make my pile a little bit bigger so that he can give me a smaller price, add in some of those things where I know they're good and I know I can make profit on them, but they're just not as high quality as, say, those Italian pieces or those Dresden pieces like I showed you in my Scott haul. So I have a big huge basket here, which I'll just go ahead and show you. Please don't get a heart attack from how I put everything. Everything is safe, but here's the pile of everything. And I'm just gonna start grabbing as safely as I can, and then we'll just go piece by piece. So we'll do a count at the end of how many pieces this is, but I paid a total of $125 There are, I think, 6 or 7 pieces sprinkled in here from vendors that I got from the outside section, which is more like a flea market section of Scott. But total for and I paid the junk guy $100. So I'm just rounding it all. I'm just making it all together 125, and at the end we'll count how many pieces there are and tally it up and see how much per piece. So this piece says fine china. It's this porcelain, white porcelain with the silver overlay. So if you watched my previous shopping video, you saw me pick up that German piece, that pink German piece with the silver overlay. And also my very first auction haul, you saw me buy that orange German porcelain piece, also with the silver overlay on it. So I do collect these, but I did purchase this before I decided that I'm gonna start collecting them. So this one just says fine china, which usually fine china, when you just see fine china like that, it's usually England, but I don't know if England does these. So I'll probably do a Google search on this and see what it is. And if it is German, I'll probably just add it to my collection. It was part of the $25 bundle that I did from outside. Like I said, it was like 6 or 7 pieces that I paid $25 for. So it wouldn't be any problem to keep this. Okay, next, I recently learned about this piece. There is some value. It's not high, but it is collectible. It's a hand-blown crystal from the furnaces of Pilgrim Glass, West Virginia, USA. So it is collectible. Among the die-hard glass fans, you know, they put their nose up to this quality, but it is hand blown. It's more of a souvenir piece, but like I said, for the locals of Virginia or for those who collect this Pilgrim glass, it does sell. Okay, this piece I picked up for myself. It is like this church in the mountains piece. I collect wooden, like carved pieces, but they have to be like really, really unique. And this one was just so cool. It had a little house right there and then like a cave. And then you could see like a church. So I thought this was really, really cool. And I'm gonna add it to my icon wall because we kind of have some bits and pieces that we sprinkle into the icon wall. This next piece is Tim Shore. It's Christmas Morn. Sorry, Tom Clark. Tom Clark, not Tim Shore. So I first found out about Tom Clark when I saw one of his gnomes, which he's known for making gnomes. And then I just started researching, you know, what's up with this maker, and he does also put the dates. So this is from 1965. So he actually creates his sculptures out of ground walnut shells and pits, like peach pits or like fruit pits. And so he grinds them up and makes them into a paste, and then creates these things. And all of these pigments are natural. So he'll do these with natural colorings. So his statues are 100% made out of natural materials. His company obviously was bought, it is continued on by other generations after his passing. And so unfortunately, a lot of the traditions of only using natural materials have declined, but they still do use a percentage of natural materials in their newer pieces. So like I said, this is from 1965. This is the biggest piece that I've bought for him. All the other pieces that I've bought for him, I've kept for myself. They're his mini things. But this one, again, was in that bundle of 6 or 7 items for $25. And these can go upwards of $85. So I was very, very excited to see this, and I definitely snagged it up. Okay, this next piece is one of those pieces where you say, what was I thinking? I have no idea what it is. It might be a toothpick holder, it might be a cigar holder. I have no idea what it is. It's not marked. It's probably Chinese or Japanese. I'm gonna add it in the pile because it was part of the bundle just to calculate it, but I actually started up a donation box of things that I've had for like since the beginning of my eBay career that just haven't sold, and I'm tired of looking at them, and I probably paid 50 cents to $1 each, and I'm starting to collect them in a bin so I can just get rid of them. And unfortunately this one doesn't even have a chance of being listed, and I think I'm just gonna put it in that bin. I don't remember buying this. It's stunning in my opinion. Very Art Deco era. The swans are very beautiful. There is a marking on the bottom. It says made in USA. So I'm still learning when it comes to glass. This is slag glass. You can't really tell, but if you look this way, you can see the swirls in the glass. So it is slag glass. I'm assuming it had a lid. Again, another piece that I need to Google image and see if it did have a lid, but I think it's beautiful without a lid, and you can still use it for like cotton balls or as a planter, or I think there are so many uses for this without a lid, and it's absolutely beautiful. So I was pleasantly surprised to open and see that piece. These next 3 items I'm gonna kind of group together because I'm looking at the pile and it's a lot of stuff. These are 3 art pottery vases. This first one is not signed, but you guys know I love like big bulbous vases with like an opening that doesn't match, like a smaller opening. So that's probably why I was attracted to this. The glaze is beautiful on that. This one is a California Pottery, USA, with this, I don't know what you call this glaze. It's not lava glaze, but there is a name for this glaze. If you know, let me know in the description. But yeah, this is the classic California, USA white pottery. And then here, this one is signed Mary Oak, I think. Just kind of like this 80s, 90s pattern. So I'm very attracted to the bud vases. You guys know this. This next piece, Erica something. Nowadays, I probably wouldn't pick something like this up 15 plus months later. Although things like this do sell because people use them, you know, for paint brushes, you know, to put water in them or whatever. So they do sell, but they don't sell for very much, and they stay for a while because it takes that special buyer that's looking for something like this. And something that's very monochrome, just brown, I've kind of stopped buying, but it's here and it does have value. Not a lot of value, but it does have some value. So it will go up, but I would probably not purchase something like that again. I'm trying to see if this is painted or transferware. Okay, this is painted. Probably German or French. Hand painted lady on this Art Deco style shaped. Would this be Art Deco or would this be arts and crafts? Either or. I think this is late 1800s, early 1900s. Very pretty, just hand painted, but it's not marked, so unless there is an incision there that I can't read. But thank God for Google Images, and it will help me determine that piece. Going along the same lines as the hand painting, You guys just saw me pick up a piece like this in Scott's haul. These Italian hand-painted ladies. Sorry, it's very dirty. It just came out of the box. It hasn't been processed yet. Fornarina, Italy. So what I found out about the other one, and this is probably the same thing, is that these are done by artists, by very well-known artists who copy very well-known, very old paintings, these paintings, and they put them on these plates. So the artist himself is very well known who does these replicas, and then these paintings themselves are very well known by other well-known painters. So very cool lineage of these plates, and some people collect them for gallery walls. So I was pleasantly surprised to find that 15 months ago I bought the same exact thing and I had no idea. So I'm excited to have 2 of them now. Okay, I'm gonna grab this bowl of stuff. Over here we have the Made in India. What material is this? Let's just say metal. Cat ring holder with the tray on the bottom. I think I've sold a butterfly one of this. I've sold a duck version. I have another duck one. I just picked up a cat, not made in India. That one is Japan, but I have another chrome cat ring holder. But this one's face is just so cute. But yeah, I always pick these up because, again, they sell quickly. They don't sell for a lot of money, but if you can get them cheap enough, they will sell for you and you will make quick profit. And this is something very easy to wrap and ship. So I like to sprinkle things in like that into my eBay shop so that I have something for everybody. And again, like I said previously in another video, you're gaining customers through your customer service. And so a little transaction like that can bring somebody back if they enjoy your customer service. I've been picking up these onyx statues, carved statues. Again, another piece that's personally not very desirable, but they are all the rage right now in interior design, on top of a stack of books, in between books on a shelf, next to a burning candle on a shelf. Like, that's all the things that I've been seeing in interior design with these. So again, another popular and hot item that if you can get it cheap enough will sell very, very quickly for you. Oh no, I have some pieces of something that broke. Just leave that right there. This is signed Rachel. Not very exciting. I like the glaze. It's cute. Back then I was all about pottery and I was picking it up as much as I could just from the excitement. But nowadays my eyes, I know that there is exceptional pottery out there, and that's the pottery that I want. So again, it'll sell. It has some value. It'll probably hang around for a bit, but I probably wouldn't pick up a plain piece like this again. This is signed. I can't read it. It's interesting. It's redware. So anytime you see this glazed clay, so this is the raw clay, but it's glazed like with a clear glaze. It's called redware, and it just has this green. I'm trying to see. It's just like vines. I thought it was like hearts, but it's just vines. So that's cute. And then this enamel bowl made in India. The reason why I picked this up is because there are collectors for this like crazy. I don't know what's desirable about it, but I got on the bandwagon, and there can actually be a set of the same color or there can be graduating sets of the same color or graduating sets of differing colors. So maybe somebody needs this to complete a collection. Maybe somebody can use it for candy. I don't know, but it's very attractive. This one's made in India, and I just added it to the pile as I was shopping. So this is the next piece. It's really, really pretty. Most likely French. Beautiful hand painting. It is a vase. It's not as old as I thought it was. Now that I have been buying these up at estate sales, I now know what to look for in the older ones. So this one is not as old, but it definitely is vintage. I love the coloring, and the subject matter is very good as well. I guess you could use it as a candle holder, but you know, if you get candle wax in there, it would be kind of difficult to clean out. But I absolutely love this piece. Okay, next, I am pretty sure this is my first piece of Weller pottery, and I had no idea when I bought it. Like I said, I've learned a lot since then. I need to Google image. Not all Weller is signed, and so as usual, it's not signed. Just look at the shape of this. It's like this, it's like the shortest, it's like somebody made it and then sat on it. Like, it's the shortest, shallowest vase, but the hand painting on this is absolutely stunning. When you see other resellers talk about Weller, they always say you have to feel Weller. It just has this buttery feel. And this feels pretty buttery to me. So, I mean, I'm very excited to do my research, but I am like 95% sure that this is Weller. And if that's the case, we're looking at $150 to $185 on this piece. So I'm very, very excited about that. Unless it's like a very rare shape, and then it'll be more, but again, I have to do my research. This piece is Mexico. It's a cute little decorative piece, but with the amount of inventory that I have these days, I probably wouldn't pick up something like this again. But very collectible and very desirable, and it is functional for oil or for vinegar or whatever other liquids you might have. This next piece is made in India. It's marked on the bottom with the mold stamp. The colored pieces are very in right now. So made in India brass, I literally cannot keep this stuff. Like, I sell it so quickly. But nowadays the colored stuff is very, very in. So perfect time for me to find this, and I can't wait to list it. This next piece was definitely a gamble for me, because it's only one. It's a bookend. It's a horse bookend. It might be Blanco, but I'm not sure. I'm just basing it off of the quality and the style. Blanco, the way Blanco signs their stuff is with a sticker. So if you lose the sticker, you don't know. It is very, very heavy. So I'm kind of glad I only have one. And to be honest, I personally buy single bookends because, I mean, the way I categorize my books, like, I like books to stay in their section. So if I want a bookend just on one side, it's perfect. And then you mix and match in your bookshelf. So it looks like this horse has an eye patch. I don't know. It's very interesting. It's clear glass with like this green hue in it. Again, like I said, it's very heavy, and I just need to do my research and see if Google Image will come up with who makes it, because that's gonna let me know the value of it. This is one of those pieces where I probably wouldn't pick up nowadays, just because collector plates don't do very well for me, and I have so many plates that like they sell, and they sell for full retail. Like I usually don't have anybody that haggles on a plate, because in the collector's world, if you want it, you know what it is and you're going to pay for it. But it's just very far and few between those that collect plates nowadays. So I have so many plates, and these are like the most difficult item to ship. So it's like this thin little thing, but like the dimensions, there are no like square boxes that are shallow, and like by the time it's like a whole thing. Anyways, if you were to ask me what's the most difficult item I've ever shipped, it's probably plates. I hate shipping plates. This item, I remember I was prompted by my husband to buy. It's made in Western Germany, which is very good. If anything says made in Western Germany, and there is actually a brand, SNR, which and a number, so I'll probably look it up. And so probably with how cheap everything was going to be, and there was not one time that my husband has told me to buy something and it hasn't sold. So I definitely listen to him when it comes to things that I'm second guessing on. Like he'll bring me some things and I'm like, no, absolutely not. But there are some things where I'm second guessing, and then his push kind of like just helps me make a decision. And then 9.8 times out of 10, the stuff that he's suggested or pushed me to buy has sold. So I'm excited to put this one up, especially since Christmas is coming and, you know, snowy, cold season is coming up, and we'll see how that does. I saw other ones of these. Oh, I just found another one of these made in India. This one is a kangaroo with her little baby, and her tail is the ring holder. Super, super cute. So I'll probably list these, and then if I have time, I'll go back through all of my listings and take screenshots and then add to the end of the listing. So like, for example, if I'm gonna list this one, I'll go through in my eBay store and take screenshots of all the other ring holders that I have that are similar to this, and I'll add it to the end of this listing and say, also available, please ask for combined shipping, so that people know that, hey, if you're interested in this, I have other ones and I can give you a combined deal if you buy more than one. So I really like doing that, and it has worked in the past for me. So I have gotten emails where I say, hey, I'm interested in both. How can we do this? What can you do? Whatever. So I like to tag on pictures of similar items on the end of listings so that people know that if they're interested in both, or, you know, whatever, that they can, that I'm willing to combine shipping and make them a deal. These next cups, I don't think they're terribly old. I don't think they're old at all, but I love the face. I do sell these. I sell them single. I sell them double. I sell them quadruple. I like the face. I always pick these up. It's one of those things, again, that's not very valuable, but I just love them. And so I'm going to offer them up in my eBay store. This next cup, Nakum, I think. Maybe Kuwaiti or Persian. They kind of all look the same. It's very dirty. I have to clean this up. I know for a fact this one came out of the pile that I got from outside. These next two pieces, I got this little Japanese cow creamers. These are very popular, but I can never find them at a good reselling price. And so when I saw this one and it wasn't chipped and it was different than the colors that I had seen, and it's like very good weight, it has the Japan marking on the bottom, I went ahead and picked it up. I just felt like it was more natural looking or more realistic looking than like the caricature ones that I find. And so I think that's what drew me into these, but these are everywhere, and I know that there are collectors out there for them. So I'm excited to add that one to my shop. This next piece I probably bought because of what it said on the back. Let's read. It says street street scene, Lilliput Lane, product handmade and hand painted in Cambria, UK. So that's probably why I picked it up. It's handmade and hand painted in the UK, and I can just see one of these houses there. If it doesn't have a very high resale value, I'll probably keep it for myself. Like if we're looking at $6 to $8, I'll probably keep it for myself. If it's $10 and higher, I'll list it. But super cute. It has a little divot right here for hanging, and then this is what I was reading. I'm not sure if you can see. So that's that piece. We have 3 more pieces. This is a otagiri Japanese cat sugar and creamer set. I thought they were the cutest thing ever. The creamer has no issues. It's literally in perfect condition. The flowers actually look stamped on here because they're too perfect, but super cute. Little bow right there. And then the creamer had something. Okay, there's like the tiniest little flea chip right there and a glaze chip on the ear, which to me, with how cute these are, I wouldn't even care. They're so cute. They say otagiri on the bottom. It has a little spot for the spoon. Just super, super cute. I absolutely love this. I love this set. And this is not even my thing. Like cats are not my thing. And little sugar creamer set, not my thing. But super cute. Okay, this is a celery dish. Hand painted, beautiful celery dish, Noritake. So any dish that you see that's long and skinny like that is a celery dish, and usually they would come with like smaller matching dishes for like salt or lime that would be served with it. But this was, I usually do not pick up celery dishes, but this hand painting is very beautiful, and it's not faded, and it is lusterware, and you have the mark back here of Noritake, Japan, and then the fact that it has the handles cut out, that's very, very high quality, and that's, I mean, it's Noritake. It's not just made in Japan, generic, it's Noritake, so they do very high quality pieces. Okay, final piece. I was very surprised actually when I purchased this over there. I was very, very attracted to it, and I'm like, that is so ugly that I like it. Like, it's so ugly that it's cute. And I kept going back and I kept going back, and guess what? It's made in Italy. So it's Sigma Taste Cellar, made in Italy. I love it. I really wish I had a use for it. Which, I mean, what would this be used for? It's not gravy. I don't know. I mean, a cookie jar, but I feel like it's too small for cookies. I don't know. It's so ugly. It's cute. Like, I just love it. And it's like that very thin ceramic. So I was very surprised that there was no chipping. There's no chips. Like, not inside, nothing. Not on the beak, nowhere. So, of course, I had to save the best for last. And the only reason why it's the best is because it's Italy. And I love my Italian pottery. Okay, so we are going to go through and count the pieces and see what our total is per piece. 1, 2. So something like this is one listing. So I would count this as one item. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Sorry, my camera died. So we're going to start counting all over again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 30. Okay, so that's 30 pieces. So $125 divided by 30 pieces, that's roughly $4.16 per piece. So $4.16 per piece. That is probably the best average I've ever gotten, only because, and the only reason why I say that is because usually when I have large pieces and small pieces, the smaller pieces suffer with the cost average. But I mean, I would even pay $4.16 for this small. I would pay $4 for 16 cents this small. I would pay $4.16 for this small. So really, I'm very happy with that average. And I can't wait to see how these things, I mean, if this is Weller and over $100 and I only paid $4.16, I mean, that's just crazy. So that's the reason why I get very excited to go to Scott every month. That's why I get so excited to go to flea markets, because when you do these bundle deals, you can get amazing once-in-a-lifetime pieces for just unimaginable prices. So anyways, I really hope you enjoyed this video. This is probably my longest haul to date. Again, kind of embarrassing, but really, really exciting for the pieces I got. And like I said, some of these pieces are just now coming into trend, like the enamel bowl and the Indian vase, the colored Indian vase. So I'm not really that behind, and it's going to work out perfectly. So again, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any information about any of these pieces, please let me know in the description box below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.